Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch some more Dark. We can get those boxes out of the view a little further. We've got Smokey visiting from the back bedroom. She is getting all the attention she can because her roommate is at the vet's office. He was a sick little boy, apparently had urinary blockage. So while he's at the vet, she's allowed to come out of the back bedroom. She doesn't pee anywhere but the litter box. She just picks on the little black and white kitten. So that's why she was the best pick to keep him company back there. So she is milking it for all it's worth, aren't you, Smokey? Yeah, yeah. What are you doing? But in the meantime, we're going to watch Dark, and hopefully we can pick up the little boy tomorrow, in which case she goes back in the back bedroom with him. Yeah. Well, I didn't get up early enough to call them to see how he was doing Saturday morning. I called before noon, but they had already turned the phones off by then. It was about 11:30, 11:45, somewhere in there that I called. The first time I called, I got their "we're talking to somebody on the other line" message, and then the second time I called, which was 9 minutes later, they had already turned the phones off. So hopefully we can pick them up tomorrow. But that's going to be another pretty penny, unfortunately. Yeah. So, Dark. We're on season 2, episode 5. I will preface that I just got done binge watching the rest of Ozark. And one of the last episodes, I thought I was starting Ozark, and I had actually clicked on Dark. So I saw the first 5 seconds. I think it took me that long to figure out that I was like, this is a totally different tone. I couldn't figure out who it was, and you'll see why. For those of you that don't remember what happens right at the very beginning of this one. But it has been at least a month, I believe, since I've seen any of Dark, which is a long time to go on a show that you're already confused about to begin with. So, yeah, we're, let's see. The last time I saw anything was on, oh, apparently I watched something. I watched the last episode on the 23rd. I thought it had been longer than that, but I must have gotten an episode in just to make sure I got an episode in. It feels like it's been a month since I've seen it though. But what's going on is we've got Jonas now stuck in, is it 23? It's in the 20s with Adam and Noah, and no way to get any further in the future because the tunnel isn't even finished being dug. And I think it's Noah says, future Noah, who's also at that time period, says that he'll get access to it in like 7 years or something like that. And so he'll have to just make do with where he's at. So I think that's the biggie. Oric and Tiedemann have revealed the truth to each other. Tiedemann has now figured out who Oric is in the insane asylum, but that's old Tiedemann that's figured that out. Charlotte knows that her version of Oric is in the past. And I don't know if she knows how to get to the past or not. They've revealed, she, Peter, Hannah, have revealed to Katerina what the truth of the matter is with everything. And of course, Katerina thinks they're all crazy. Hi, baby girl. Did you tell him you've been a pain all day? And we've got the detective that's been working with Charlotte who knows that Charlotte's hiding something from him. And I think he knows something else that we don't know, or that we don't know his connection to whatever yet so far. But I'm not positive on that. But we keep lingering on him. I mean, all of the characters still have stuff going on. And did we figure out who the brunette is in the future with Liz? I don't know if we figured that out or not. At any rate, let's go ahead and get back to it, find out what's going on, and go from there. I do have some apples and caramel dip, so you may hear me crunching on that, but hopefully it's not too loud. And I don't think I said, this one's called Lost and Found. And there's a lot of lost and there's a lot of found. So we'll have to see which connections, which they've usually had multiple connections to the title when we've done each one. So we'll have to see who they're connecting to this title. And this is the beginning, and I was like, this is Ozark? But no, it's our teenagers, who I guess aren't teenagers anymore. I think they're technically adults now. That was quite the nightmare. So, older Jonas was dreaming of his time with Martha, or the other one. I can't keep them straight. Is that Adam and with him? Yep. And I forgot, Adam said that what happened to his face is the result of traveling, time traveling.
Get dressed.
Well, that didn't sound friendly. Is he leaving again? Well, she didn't get to tell them. They could have gotten on the same page about stuff, though.
Everything's okay.
Well, that's a lie.
Our schedule. What? Our schedule. But I can't just...
No, I thought she had already disappeared from that time period.
This is the year 1921. Strictly
21,
speaking,
okay.
you have 99 years left.
Olympics on both sides of Berlin? I'd say that's visionary.
It's going to hit him over the head and steal his
Recorded
keys.
speech was on last night.
Not that the poor guy deserved it. He was doing his job.
You wouldn't have to be so alone. And I know Regina would be happy to see more of you. How about tomorrow?
She's trying to prevent his death.
You recognize this person?
She gonna tell him the truth? Oh, she didn't tell him the truth. Whose house are we at? Is that Peter's and Charlotte's? Oh, is that Katerina's house? Is he waiting on Oric? Does he know Oric's breaking free?
There must be a way to change everything, so that things happen differently.
A loophole.
I forget,
It took me
did
66 years to
Adam
discover a way out of all this.
say that he
A
is
way
Jonas?
to finally leave this hell.
Alexander Tiedemann.
Oh, that's the
I don't quite
detective.
follow.
I thought that was Alexander.
You don't just share secrets. You also share your bed.
Now, he knew about that because the rumor mill, right? Now, if they would have just listened to Katerina.
Do you know who my parents are?
No.
Oh,
I
does
knew
she
your
not know?
grandfather.
Did he know all of this?
I didn't realize
Is he one of them? A
that
traveler?
He's just a pawn like
she didn't
most
know
of
who
us.
her parents were. So her grandfather is the clockmaker?
You know what will happen.
Grandfather?
The human body can survive for 3 days without any fluids or nourishment.
Francesca is her name. Are they all going to be close enough for it to take them all? Or just one or two of them? Okay, they're all close enough then.
The incident last summer.
I don't like the black
You
facade.
told me.
The particle that gives all things the mass they have.
The
This is
God
just
particle.
sensational.
And I think I called it the wrong thing before. I called it Higgs boson. I just edited that episode. But I think the God particle is called something else. Oh no, it is Higgs boson. So the Higgs boson, sometimes called the Higgs particle, is an elementary particle in the standard model of particle physics produced by the quantum excitation of the Higgs field, one of the fields of particle physics theory. In the standard model, the Higgs particle is a massive scalar boson with zero spin, even positive parity, no electric charge, and no color charge that couples to interact with mass. It is also very unstable, decaying into other particles almost immediately upon generation. In the mainstream media, the Higgs boson is sometimes called the God particle after the 1993 book The God Particle by Nobel laureate Leon Lederman, although the nickname has been criticized by many physicists. All right, so somehow I knew those two terms were connected and just wasn't sure about what I was saying. I thought I was. In fact, when I edited the video, I think I said, talking like I think I know what I'm talking about. And here, because I thought I was wrong on saying the Higgs boson or boson, however you pronounce it. And here, the God particle is called the Higgs boson. So I don't understand it. Even reading that, I don't understand it. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and continue.
The nuclear plant is my only legacy. Do what you want with the data.
So is
But
the
just keep my
bubble,
name and the plant out of it.
is the
At
bubble
least so long
that
as I'm alive.
Jonas entered, is that the God particle? Nickel. Didn't expect him to see him at Hannah's house, did he?
He supposedly killed 2 kids and beat another one half to death back in the 50s. He's on his last legs now, but they say we should stay on alert.
And she knows it's Mikkel's dad.
Thank you.
Well, maybe that's not Hannah's house. It would make sense for it to be his house, Conwald's house. And then Hannah just inherited it after they got married.
The question isn't how,
It's
it
when.
is when.
So they figured it out.
Papa.
She found the map to the caves. That was the room that he was in before meeting with her. Oh no, that's her grandfather's place. Is that Noah?
Charlotte,
So you won't be taken from me again. Just like your mother was.
Oh, he's supposed to be her father.
Your little hand grabbed my finger and wouldn't let go of it.
Stop it.
So did Jonas know this?
This is impossible.
And she still loves you.
Who is it? Oh, he's not going to say, huh? Was that supposed to be a hint to her that she knows? Oh, please don't tell me that it's Francesca and I forget his name. Our two lovers.
I didn't believe it either at first. But then he told me about things that were going to happen.
So they're back in
And
the
they all
80s right
eventually
now.
did.
I'm going home.
Oh, are they in
Do you
the
trust me?
50s? From the trees being down. Although I thought the cave face was 80s.
I might know where they're headed. I'll pick you up.
Because he knows the truth, whether he believes it or not.
Son, let go of the boy right now! Michael!
Are they going to kill Auric?
Next time, I will kill you! Let's go.
Those are the same cut down trees, so the kids are in the 80s. They happen to miss all of this.
Michael, our father, is just a small part of a knot that is infinitely greater and more convoluted.
Okay.
The entire universe.
So that was apparently was something I forgot, was Adam confessing that he is Jonas.
It will change our understanding of the entire world forever.
It looked blackish, like blackish goo, so it does look like it's the thing in the nuclear power plant in the future. Auric will recognize them. Will they recognize Auric?
Where'd you go?
What is he mad at her for?
I know you had an affair with Ulrich. If you could choose between Papa and Ulrich.
She would choose Auric. So they're back in their time zone. So if all the time traveling disfigured Jonas, who became Adam, then wouldn't it also disfigure Bartosz with all the time traveling? She gonna drug Mikkel? And she stole the pills before this whole incident. So Jonas was in Martha's room. Different types of circles and wheels and cogs of life.
Ether, black matter, Higgs field.
How was it created?
Higgs field.
By the...
They said ether, which I don't know if that's kind of a nod to... Where's my phone? I don't know if that's a nod to Marvel or not. I know ether exists outside of Marvel. First, the chemistry definition of ether is a pleasant-smelling, colorless, volatile liquid that is highly flammable. It is used as an anesthetic and as a solvent or intermediate in industrial processes, which in TV and film, that's the kind of like chloroform type of, not the exact same thing, but they're kind of used similarly. A literary, it's the clear sky, the upper regions of air beyond the clouds. Nasty gases and smokes disperse into the ether. More definitions. Physics definition, a very rarefied and highly elastic substance formerly believed to permeate all space, including the interstices between the particles of matter and to be the medium whose vibrations constituted light and other electromagnetic radiation. So that's the definition they're using. The motion of the planets would be retarded by the ether through which they moved. So the motion of the planets would be slowed down by the ether through which they moved. Huh. Okay.
And it will be the end.
It sounds like a monster, a living monster.
Before my dad committed suicide. Before it all went to chaos.
But that's his world.
Prevent him from taking his own life.
I don't understand how him stopping his dad from committing suicide would stop Mikkel from going to the past, because Mikkel is his father. And I was going to say, I was listening to what they were saying first though, the sounds that the God particle, or whatever it is making, sound similar to the sounds of the cave.
If
Stabilized.
you succeed.
I'm guessing he doesn't succeed since we still have another season after this one. So are the two God particles, that's what I'm assuming they're referring to as the God particle, are they considered the alpha and the omega? Most of it's still going over my head, but I think I'm following some of it. I'm still confused by other parts of it, but people say that you're going to be confused up until the very last episode of the next season. So if Jonas is bearded guy and Adam, and we've seen the past and present of Claudia, we've seen the past and present of Regina, have we seen the future of Regina? We've seen the past, present, and past of Auric. Charlotte never knew who her parents were, and supposedly Noah is her father. Which, just because you have a picture of a baby doesn't mean that baby is the one you're saying it is of the person standing in front of you. So, I don't know. And he didn't answer Charlotte's question about who her mother is, unless that cryptic response was enough of a clue for Charlotte to know who her mother was. The clockmaker is her adopted grandfather. And I think we knew that because she had a picture of him with the Sigmundus crowd. I believe he was in that picture of that scholarly looking picture. I want to know who Bartosz is. We haven't seen the past of Bartosz or the future of Bartosz. We've just seen his present self. So where are his twins? And was that girl that helped Jonas enter the particle in the future, was that supposed to be Martha with Liz? I think we were told who it was, but I can't remember. At any rate, all right. We'll call it quits on this one till we see the next one. Hopefully, I will get some episodes in next weekend. Now, especially that I'm done with Ozark, I've got to go watch Guardians of the Galaxy with my friend, and I don't know what else I have planned next weekend. So we'll have to see. Plus, I've been getting some painting stuff done, and I really like the paintings that are curing downstairs right now. So that's what's up with me. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.